This is RAILGRADE. It recently came out, and all I've seen is like fragments of a trailer, but it gave me a lot of nostalgia for Sid Meier's Railroads, which was a favorite of mine from a while ago. It doesn't have the exact same mechanics that I remember from that. As far as I can tell, it's actually set in a post-human, robot-driven world where they just want to make trains. But, you know, that aligns with my interests, so we should check this game out.
Congratulations on a safe trip. On behalf of all of us at Nakatani Chemicals, I'd like to bid you welcome to our colony. We have recently identified a significant opportunity to improve the current infrastructure of the planet, which is why you're here, Administrator. To help us implement a new mode of transportation, one that once conquered Earth's old frontiers. The railway. It's now your responsibility to grow our network of railways and oversee the management of our most important industries. By developing a transport network for our powerful train engines, we'll be able to easily deliver resources and fuel growth across the planet. Succeed, and our colony will be the envy of the entire galaxy. Fail, and, well, you don't need to worry about the consequences right now. I know you might miss Earth, but don't worry. When you've seen what's possible here, you'll never want to leave.
Okay, so not post-human.
Good luck, Administrator. Everyone is counting on you.
Just desolate and dystopian. I'll take that. Welcome to our division, Yoshida. Thank you for taking over the colony. I know you had no choice, but all the same, I'm thankful. Remote administration confused me to no end. Back here on Earth, the sun is bright and the birds are singing. I'd send you a recording, but interstellar bandwidth is expensive. Please think of Earth anytime the colony air gives you the coughs. Keep your mind focused and make things right. I'm sure they'll bring you back home. Your top priority should be to restart the control terminal. I commissioned the process for you prior to your landing. You just need to complete the 3 test scenarios, and then you'll be able to build anything you have a license for, and to salvage anything you've built. You'll be the sole authority on the colony planet. Don't let the power go to your head. Saito, Department Head of Off-World Colonies, Nakatani Chemicals. Sweet. Oh. Track and train. Welcome to your first region. It looks tiny. Let's go over the basics of railway management. When in a region, your current main task can be found here. Here behind my head. Let's see if maybe I belong over on this side. Keep an eye on your task to help make sure you don't miss information. Okay, cool. Your main task in this region is to export for energy. Let's get to work. These structures are geothermal power plants. They're one of many industries which produce energy. This is a Zeppelin dock. Oh, awesome. Space Zeppelins. Sorry, I'm soloing the kids right now, so let me answer a message. Okay, anyway. This is a Zeppelin dock. Freight can be delivered here for export, contributing to your objective and earning you profit. Before we can export energy, we need to build track, stations, and trains. So AutoPG asks, what in the name of all that's holy is this game? It's called RAILGRADE, and I don't know that much about it. I have a lot of good memories of playing train-themed games, and so I had high hopes for this, and it's not very expensive. I got it on Epic, so go check it out yourself if you're interested, or you can just watch me play. Let's start with the track. Press 1 to select the track tool. 1, track. With the track tool active, click near the plant, and then click it again near the Zeppelin dock. That doesn't seem bad. So will anyone do? Can I just pick any like this? Will that work? Track does not have to loop for the trains to be able to travel along the line. Trains will reverse direction once they reach the end of the line. Okay. Alright, just gonna approve that. Alright, now we need to add stations to our track. Press 2 to select the station tool. With the station tool active, click to construct stations on the track you built connecting to geothermal blah 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 blah. Look for the white guidelines to check that you're in range. Buildings in range will turn yellow. Okay, so I would need to put, I guess, Okay, so the stations belong on the track. So I'll put one there and one there. Stations let you load and offload freight to and from nearby industries. You can connect multiple stations together to increase their loading and offloading speed. Oh, interesting. Now that your railway is set up, buy a train and let it roll. Let's get a train. So hover your train tool over the track you laid earlier and click to configure your first train. Let's... Okay, so... Oh, whichever side I put the track on, it's going to head towards the nearest station. Interesting. Okay, so click. Step 1, select an engine and add it to your train. Step 2, add 4 energy freight to my train. Boink, 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 boink. So we got an engine here and some energy. Finalize train. Fantastic! You've taken your first step as this colony's administrator. Now watch as your train delivers energy from the plant to the dock. Okay, so it's headed up this way. And there's 4 energy waiting here for me. And it goes doink, 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 and doink. Then it instantly teleports around, which is fine. Comes back here and offloads it at the Zeppelin dock. Do I get credit immediately? I do get credit immediately. Okay, so it doesn't actually have to get picked up by a Zeppelin. So now I'm wondering, is the whole game going to be this scale? Like a puzzle game? Or are they going to start expanding the regions larger and larger? I genuinely don't know what to expect from the game. But looks like I got S rank because it was a very simple... I don't even know how I could have done worse. Hey, Yoshida. Good job building that track. The terminal is reporting the trains and track system passed all self-checks. Next, I'll unlock the branch control test. Follow the flashing dots in your office's world diorama to the next region. From Saito. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay. So it's one of these, like, world map thingies. Yes, I am now in charge. Hey, Yoshida! Please do not laugh. Truth be told, I tried the self-checks before you were assigned to our division. I thought if I could master the control terminal, then I could start fixing the colony's economy myself. Instead, I got the self-check region's train stuck. It just goes around and around, never arriving at the station. Saito. Okay. Branch control. Oh yeah, it's just going in circles around this station. So it wants to deliver water to the city at the bottom of the hill, but it's trapped. So the station will accept water and supply it to the adjacent city. Before we try to get the train down here, let's take a moment to get a handle of the camera controls. So I can move around like this. All right, there we go. Nicely handled. You can also use the shift to rotate the camera. And I can zoom as well. Sweet. You can also use H and L to tilt the camera, and the semicolon will reset it. Oh, I don't know why it's there. Okay, so H and L determine how high. Why H and L? What random selections? Okay, cool. Anyway, I think I'm fine. Back to the train at the top of the hill. Here we are. Hello. Each train has its own route at each branch on the track. In this region, this train is carrying water and it doesn't have a clear route. So select the train and start fixing the route. So click the train and then, oh, can I just click it? Okay, I can click it too. It looks like this game was made to potentially work on console or something because they keep giving me button prompts. I mean, like, the controls are actually fairly simple. And it keeps giving me button prompts in places where clicks would usually do. Alright, so alter the train's route by clicking on these branches. If you need time, you can stop the trains by hitting V. Stop! Start! Alright. So this one... this is weird. Okay, it's going to go around this way. Is it going to stop here, or what's it going to do? Okay. So now it goes that way, and it's going to... Oh, that was what we needed, right there. This is an overcomplicated track, but that's okay. Oh, Redithcore points out that this game is available on Switch. That's probably why the button prompts are set up the way they are. That makes sense. It is much simpler to make a single UI that works for both PC and console. There's a lot, some upfront work you need to do to make it adaptable to different button schemes. But once you've done that, you just make each tutorial once. But the downside of that is sometimes, mouse and keyboard want a fundamentally different method of controlling things than a console controller would. And as a result, you end up with kind of awkward tutorials on one of the others. So that's kind of where we are in this zone. It's like the mouse and keyboard controls are a little bit, they feel a little off for a PC player because they're trying to dually support this and Switch. Thanks for clearing that branching mess. You made it look so easy. Please keep this pace or faster. Faster is preferable. Okay, so here is the third tutorial. I think this is the last official tutorial. The manual introduces the self-check as a validate combinatory industrial chain handling. But I think in plain words it means to ensure factories use multiple input freight to create finished freight. Okay, so we're going to be doing like complicated combining ingredients, basically. Okay, cool. Let's do that. Industrial chain primer. Many industries produce outputs which require multiple freight inputs to create. This is a steel mill. It is one such industry. Select the steel mill by pressing the clicky button. Boink. There we go. Okay, the steel mill requires 2 freight inputs, coal and iron, in order to produce steel. When you're ready, press backspace. Backspace? How about right-clicking? Right-clicking is better. Selecting, when you've got multiple controls that do something, one thing you have to figure out is you have to really make sure that you're clear about are clear about which one is considered the default and which one is shown in the tutorial. And we've got this problem in lots of places that I had to solve in State of Decay 2, where the first control that we happened to set up was kind of the weird oddball control, and then the second one we set up was the one that we expected everyone to use. But if we didn't flip their order on our little spreadsheet of controls, then players would be prompted to use the more awkward control when actually there was a much simpler one available. Anyway, here's a coal mine. And then over here there's an iron mine. Bardic Angel, I'm really glad that you're enjoying Tinykin. I'm glad I was able to expose you to that insanity. Okay, select either one to find out more about how they work. Here's the coal mine. They both produce outputs without the need of inputs. They'll continue to produce until the storage is full. There are many other resource extraction dealies. Okay, great. One more critical thing you need to know, and that's workers. Select the steel mill when the cursor is above it to learn how they work. This is workers. So they must be staffed with workers in order to function. The closer they are to being fully staffed, the faster they'll produce outputs. You can add workers or remove workers, so I should assign 8 workers. Okay. So where did I get those workers? Oh, it looks like, okay, behind my head here, I'm not sure where my head is going to belong, ultimately, while I'm playing this game, but it looks like I have 12 to work with. So, okay, it's ready to work now. We just need to provide the iron and coal. Alright, so I guess... Can I just make as many trains as I want? I want to do that. And then... I mean, they've clearly laid out routes that they intend me to take here. Pfft, okay, this... Alright, no. How do I delete stuff? Salvage? Okay, let's try this again. Can I... Yeah, that looks like that's going to be a little bit more comfortable. Interesting that this little route that they showed me is not actually the best one, as far as I can tell. It looks like each of these sources has room for 2. Oh, wait. Has room for 2 items, and so I'm going to stick double stations on each. And then this guy, boiler engine, and 2 coal. Finalized train, because this is the coal. Then over here, the iron mine. Okay, so does it... Oh, wait, no, not 2 boiler engines. That's not what I meant to... That's not what I meant to do. Let's try that again. 1 boiler engine, 2 iron cars. Okay, theoretically that works. Oh, and this is worker housing. So I've assigned 8 workers to this. Are they able to get there? Do I need to actually give them a train to get here? Or are they just there? Okay, so nope, now working. So it looks like I don't actually need to bring the workers there physically in order for them to function. And all we need to do is produce some steel. So once we get more iron in there, we're good. So yeah, AutoPG says, I do appreciate that you try all these games so that we can see what they look like and if they if there's something we'd want to play. That is a big part of what I try to do here. So I'm glad that's working for you, Auto. Okay, so we've succeeded at this. So far this feels very puzzly and not like sort of a long-term, you know, like industry builder or something like that. But but this is also just a tutorial, so I can't really tell what the full game is going to be like. Is it going to be like more little challenges like this with like more and more complicated puzzles to solve, or is it going to be like a big overland thing? Hey Yoshida! Yes, again, you have passed that test with flying colors. You're good at this. You must have studied during your trip to the colony. Either that or you're hacking the terminal to report false completion times. Please do not hack company computers. It's against departmental policy. Okay, it looks like La Coalición has invested some channel points in getting me to play this war of mine on console. So I will download that. I think I've already bought it, so I'll download it to my Series X, and yeah, we'll try that out next week. All right, let's try our actual first job and see what this is like. Hey Yoshida! Enough learning. Time to put your skills to work. Remember how I failed to pass the validation self-checks? Did you know the validation logic has a remote override feature? I used that manual override to start fixing this region's water export. Considering the situation, I'm sure you agree it was a noble action. The results speak for themselves. Sadly, the results speak of disastrous inefficiency. Please fix those results. Okay, so I love that like the tutorial or whatever, the introductions are all being written by an idiot who ruined everything. Like everything that I'm doing here is going to be in response to bad decisions made by other people. This place is a real mess. We need to get things back up and running optimally. It does, however, give us a good chance to learn some more advanced skills. Awesome, I love skills. Looks like this loop of track has collapsed and no longer connects the water pump to the Zeppelin dock. Let's fix it. While the track tool will try and find a working route for you, sometimes you'll want to have more say over where the track is placed. When adjusting the track tool, you can adjust the height with F and V. Okay. Try repairing this track loop by adjusting the height of the track while using the track tool. Alright, so here's the track tool. Trying to get this water pump to connect up here, I guess. So let's connect there. And we could just go up here, but then it wouldn't... Okay, so I could just click directly on here and it would just work. But what if I instead wanted to go here and then go up a level. I kind of want to go up a level here and then connect there. Okay, so that's one side. And then let's grab this. Okay, yeah, so this is obviously not going to work. Let's go down and then down and then down. There we go. Oh, that's lovely. Nicely done. Should you ever find the need, you can also remove track with the salvage tool, which I already learned how to do. Looks like these trains are on a collision course. Which trains are on a collision course? Oh, these two. Oh, yeah. These two are going to hit each other. Thankfully, they can never collide head-on. Instead, one will pass through the other. This is called ghosting. While ghosting prevents collisions, it can slow down traffic. A train loses momentum when it's ghosting. Let's see what else we can learn here. Let's take a look at this track. Even after trains have been set in motion, you can still make changes to them to suit your needs. Try selecting one of these short trains. Boink. You can reconfigure it by pressing Q. So it could carry more water. So I can just add 3 more water cars. And now it's got little floaty icons over it to say it could carry water, I guess. Okay, yeah, so I guess it's just reporting to me that it could carry water. Is that only when I'm clicking it? Okay, yeah, so it's just telling me what those cars are when I've got that train selected. Oh, and then add an additional engine. I didn't actually catch that it said to do that, so let's do that too. Boink, another engine. Oh, wait, I didn't click finalize train. So I just backed out. Well, so good. I'm glad that I can, you know, do that. Now it's time to really get to work. You need to deliver water to the Zeppelin dock. A few one-off deliveries won't cut it here. We need to reach a certain export rate. Use everything you've learned to get your export goal. Okay, so right now I'm getting 7.7 or a little less per minute. So we need to raise the efficiency of this nonsense. So this one, it looks like it can only, is it only able to store 2? No, it can store up to 4. So I feel like I'm probably actually delivering it at about the rate I can. What about this one? Is this one... Looks like we've got 2 sources of water here and only 1 tiny train delivering it. Plus, we've got another water pump over here. And another water pump over here. So there's a lot of improvements we can make here. The main problem is we've got like only so much station delivery room here. But let's see if I can get, okay. So I think if I put these guys here, actually, yeah. It looks like you can just get near the building without actually having to be right adjacent to it. So I'm going to do this. Oh, I can pass underneath. Oh, that's cool. Of course I can pass underneath. That makes perfect sense. So let's do that. And then, can I branch off right here? It looks like I can. So I could do it that way. There's lots of ways I could do this, but this is one way I could do it. So let's stick some stations on here. And looks like those do connect to the Zeppelin dock. And I feel like I can actually make this just... Oh, wait. Make this a little bit longer. Add 1 more station. And then let's add 2 trains. Let's start... Oh, wait, no. Oh, right. Wait, hold on. I forgot to put stations on this side. So. I don't actually know if this makes any sense. Okay, so. We got stations over here. Let's add some trains. So I don't know. Like, these might move fast enough that this is enough. So let's just try 2 water cars each. And then this one travels that way. And this one travels that way. Okay, yeah, so I think that works. And then it feels like we could probably not only raise this one's capacity. Oh, wait, I just canceled. Dang it. There we go. Finalize train. And then I think I can make another train just like that. Oh, clone train. I can clone the train and stick that right there. Okay, so now I've got 2 of the same train. I probably could have spaced them out a little bit better. But with 2 of them, filling up to 4... Oh, they move much faster. Okay, these 2 were actually going to catch up with each other anyway. Because they move much faster when they're empty. Yeah, but because they're kind of clustered up, and that's going to be a little bit weird. Because they're kind of clustered up, they're going to maybe not be as efficient. Like, as if I had, like, put them back to back, like opposite each other on the track. Oh, hey, Bardic Angel just gave a bunch of gift subscriptions away. Thank you so much, Bardic Angel. Oh, so Playful Dolphin points out that apparently my time is ticking. Oh, yeah, I've got limited time. I hadn't even caught that. Okay, so we're pretty close. We're not quite there yet. He is suggesting that we could... that these boiler trains could actually all pick up... Oh, okay, good. We just barely got it. We hit 15. Okay, but the timing is important. So I can actually, like, improve... So I've got this S rank here, probably because the standards are really low. But as I go, I can probably do much better by just getting better at doing this stuff quicker. And I can actually tackle the same level multiple times once I've figured out a good solution to try to make it happen faster. All right, we needed you, and you delivered. You saved our bacon. The chat around here is that you arrived on an economy-class rocket. Those same rockets our grandparents traveled here on. I never heard of a corporate employee from Earth traveling to colony planets by work rocket. You must either be incredibly poor or incredibly humble. All right, oil overflow. Let's go. Hey, Yoshida! Good job on the water delivery. You've learned the basics of track construction and train configuration. Your colony needs energy and lots of it. Nearby is an idled oil power plant. Connect the surrounding oil wells and spin up those turbines. Export the resulting energy at the Zeppelin docks. Okay, but we still need to maximize production. Okay. So... Ooh, a permanent license was unlocked. So now I can build oil wells. Okay, so we need to export energy at the Zeppelin dock, which is right here. You'll be utilizing the local oil wells and the oil power plant. Okay, so... let's see here. So we've got an oil well. This generates crude oil, and it can store up to 4. Can I pause it, or do I just have to keep going? Huh. Bunch of oil wells, so we have to get tracks up to this power plant, and then from the power plant, get over to the Zeppelin dock. So let's start with the Zeppelin dock track. So it looks like what they're indicating is that they want me to do something like that, loop the train around. Now, can I put stations? Yes, okay, I can put stations like that. Okay, so I've got one loop here, but this is actually the second loop that I need. Okay, let's assign some workers. I got 4 here. And we've got a working oil well that does not need workers. Okay, workers are only necessary for the manufacturing stuff. So these oil wells have already been constructed. What's the bank for? I can deposit money and then get some money back? Or I can take a loan out. Interesting. Well, let's deposit some money that I don't need right now and see if that helps. I don't know. That's interesting. They've got a bank. All right. Let's get something coming from these oil wells. So I will. So we'll do something like that. And there we go. And let's stick a train on here. A train that delivers crude oil. And then we'll set up a train that we don't quite need yet. But I like that it can tell which cars are relevant, and it just only offers me those cars. Okay, finalize train. Okay, so Playful Dolphin says that I am effectively paused until I start placing trains. That's something I didn't catch on to, so I might have actually messed myself up a little bit by placing my first train. Oh, this guy's having trouble going up that grade. So maybe I should give it a second engine to help it get up the grade. I don't know if that's actually valuable, but we'll find out. It's carrying a bunch of oil. But actually... Oh, it just occurred to me... This is probably... Yeah, this is producing fast enough. That single train is not going to be maximizing our productivity here. So... Why don't I branch off this? Like that. And build another train. Why does it only want to go that direction? There we go. Okay. There we go. So now we got 2 trains moving in opposite directions. And most of the track, they'll be able to pass each other. Occasionally, they might get in each other's way. But hopefully, most of the time, they'll be doing fine. So now we've got twice as much oil coming in. Oh, nicely done, but there's ways to get higher performance out of your industry. Let's talk about catalysts. Select an oil well or the power pump by pressing the clicky button. All right, catalysts are optional inputs. They can be provided by industries. So they last 90 seconds to provide a steady supply. When you're ready, exit the screen. They use water as catalysts. So if I can supply them with water, they'll produce faster. Okay, so let's build an industry. We've got industry for the first time. Let's build a water pump. Okay. It looks like it doesn't matter where I place it. Can I... Is there like a rotate button? Yes, R. Okay, that looks nicer. Okay, so Playful Dolphin says that in general, I want to not actually kick off my trains until I've connected all the things. I think during the tutorial, it's probably going to make me do that to some degree, but... Yeah, alright. Okay, so let's start by sending some water up this way. So I don't know how much water it needs. Does it say how much water it needs? It can take up to 4. So let's... You know what? I'm betting, actually... Well, this train might move slowly because it's got to go up that grade. So maybe it's worth making it big. I don't really know. So let's... Boiler engine. I'm going expensive with these trains. I don't know if that's a good idea. But let's see. And then similarly, we could also deliver water to these guys. Maybe from the same location. Though I've filled it up with so much that might actually... Oh yeah, what I probably want to do is send... I probably want to send a 2-car train up this way and another 2-car train down this way. Except I've already kind of made a mess here. All right. I might adjust that. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Wait. Hold on. Yeah, okay. Okay. So. Yeah, so it's got 3. Yeah, so I think this train. Wait, how do I remove stuff? Can I remove things? Let's delete. Oh, delete is just backing up 1 step. There we go. Okay, so let's finalize the train with just 2 cars. And then let's make a new train. Which will pick up water and take it to the oil wells. And so now I think that with these 2 trains operating, grabbing 2 water each, we're probably okay. I think we'll probably maximize the efficiency of this thing. So I could probably definitely have had these guys share more tracks. I'm not being very efficient here, but you know, I think that as I get used to this game, I could learn to make it work a lot better. Okay, so that catalyst really boosted our production rates, but there's yet another way to increase the speed, and that's upgrades. This is a voucher exchange. You can spend the vouchers you earn by earning ranks and regions here to gain access to new stuff. So select a voucher exchange by clicking on it. Okay, click. And here you can see, oh my gosh, all of the UI is just on top of all the other UI. Okay, so let's purchase the oil power plant upgrade. There we go. I think we've done it. Okay, then let's select the plant. And upgrade level. Production speed by 50% and double storage capacity. Yes, let's do that. Okay, so now it can process stuff faster, which means I should probably feed it more raw resources. Okay, so here's my main task. I gotta produce a total of 64. And my performance is being timed, and so that's what matters here. So sometimes they're after efficiency, and sometimes they're after total, but total still means efficiency when they're also judging your time. So Playful Dolphin says that he actually finds that making loops works better than making these back and forth routes. That does make sense. It seems like there'd be less slowing down and less collisions with each other. Or less ghosting, I should say. Okay, so there's worker housing. Here's the bank. So it looks like I've got an oil well here and oil wells there. So I could feed more oil up into this place. You know what I should have done? I shouldn't have put the energy here. I should have put the energy here. And then had the oil one. This is gonna be awkward and weird. This is not gonna be a good solution, but whatever. Alright, so we're gonna come over here. And then I can probably connect all these oil wells together. Then should I try to make this one I can't make it a loop. What am I talking about? Well, I can kind of make it a loop. This is dumb. This is a dumb thing for me to be doing. That's just silliness. Whatever. We're learning, and if what we learn is that this is garbage, then awesome. All right, we'll get a little station here, and we're already connecting to this station. So, yeah, I think in an ideal world, I would probably be feeding water into these oil wells as well. And I think I'm not doing that, and that's probably stupid. All right, so let's build a train that heads up here. And this train... Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah, so let's say that when it goes back, it actually goes that way. Yes, okay, this turns it into a loop. And then we can set up another train. Once it gets up to the top up there... Oh, but the trains are going to slow each other down because they're sharing a station, because I'm stupid. Oh, actually... I don't need them to share a station. Hold on. I can do that. This is what they always intended. There we go. Hopefully this train still knows what it's doing. Wait. Oh yeah, so it's got empty energy cars. Still gonna be picking up energy. This still works. I probably could shorten this a little bit. Oh, we gotta salvage twice. Oh, wait. Oh, the train is trying to... Can I salvage track? There we go. Alright. Okay, this is a little bit smarter, but not by that much. Oh, I never did actually make that second train. So let's make one that is headed that way. There we go. Oh, we gotta stop for each other. Okay, here we go. So now we've got 2 oil trains on this route. And honestly, we probably need more. We could probably afford way more. In fact, oh, these guys could afford way more too. We're making so much. Because the catalyst is making these things overproduce so much. I could lengthen these trains. Let me try lengthening the train. Let's delete that extra thing, put 2 more, and there we go. And then similarly, let's click this one, configure it, delete, add 2, there we go. And then, okay, so when trains are ghosting each other, oh, wait a minute. Why is, no! Oh, I forgot to set up the route to go the correct way. Okay, so this one is just going back and forth. So I need to set it up to also be on a loop. So, okay, so it's going to be stupid for a second. It's going to go the wrong way. But once it does that once, now it's going to go on a loop just like its friend. So that's probably fine. And we're getting close, though we are running low on time. Okay, so do I have... Okay, so interest. So I got interest coming in because of how much money I deposited. So I'm going to end up with more money than like at least more assets than I started with. Okay, so it looks like this is actually producing water at a higher rate than I need, but yeah. So I could actually, if I figured out a good way to do it, I could actually send water to these other oil dealies, but that doesn't seem even necessary. I'm assuming this is the only place where water can be, yeah. So if I came back here without the tutorial and like really tried, I'm betting that I could set this up in a cleverer way so that water is going everywhere. Probably, I could probably do like a water track on like an elevated track, bring it past here and go over the other routes and then come up here. And I could probably also do a single loop that connects all of the oil stations. Or maybe concentric loops, because I feel like what you'd end up with a single loop is that every train would stop at every station and the early stations would fill them up and be empty all the time, and the later stations would always just be ignored because there was no more room on the train. And so maybe I would want concentric loops or something like that. Or maybe loops where there's station bypasses. That's what I probably want. Station bypasses, so each train stops at one station. Or something like that. But they all use the same track. Ah, that seems inefficient, though, because they have to go take longer trips than normal. Anyway, I got S rank, so cool. I'm betting the standards are low this early in the game. Okay, Playful Dolphin was predicting that I was going to get it with S rank. So cool. I was worried that I was actually, because I was screwing around so much, that I was going to do a bad job. So that makes me feel good. Anyway, so we used our portion of the energy to reestablish our network connection. The other region told us you're actually not all that bad. Awesome. I like being not all that bad. Ooh, optional regions. And a workhorse engine. Higher speeds at medium freight length. Never the fastest, but a safe pick for busy administrators. Okay, but let's actually go and see what an optional region is like. Hey, Yoshida! There are a couple of extra regions I need your help with. No deadlines, just do them when it's practical, okay? Love, Saito. Oil overflow Omega. Stabilize the energy flow. Export tons of energy. Shore up the inner colony energy market by establishing the oil power plants in this region. Each level 0 plant requires 4 level 0 oil wells for a full oil supply. Upgrades or catalysts unlock vast improvements to supply and production, but require extra investment. Additional oil wells can be built on top of any untapped oil spring. As long as you earn more cash, decide between investing into new railways, etc. Okay. So, you'll notice, as Playful Dolphin told me, the time is frozen right now until I actually place a train. I'm surprised they didn't tell me that, or maybe they did and I don't read directions. That seems likely, actually. Okay, so what do we have here? Let's look at oil wells. So, okay, that's an oil well right here. I can also put this oil here. There's oil here and there's oil here. Okay, good to know. And then water. Where is water? Looks like water is only here. Am I right about that? Yeah, it seems like water is only here. Okay, so I'll have water here. Got a power plant here, Zeppelin dock, second power plant there. Oil well, oil well, oil well, place for oil well. And then over here, we've got a place for an oil well, place for an oil well. All right, so this power plant is going to want 4 workers. This one is going to want 4 workers. And, okay, so this one, it can connect to this oil well, that oil well, this oil well, and an extra oil well over here, and the water. Whereas this one can connect to this oil well, this one, that's only 3, but this is a wider area, so I could probably put 2, or up here too, I could also probably put 2. So, I also need to connect both of these to the Zeppelin dock. Okay, so let's start by connecting to the Zeppelin dock. So I think the best place to do that is here. I mean, it's pretty clear what they want me to do. I'm assuming they're going to offer fewer guides in the future. Okay, so both of my Zeppelin docks can connect on this track. Actually, you know what? By the way, they point out that salvaging is actually more efficient when you haven't started the timer yet. So there. So actually, this way they won't ever interfere with each other. And these are the only things that need to drop off the dock, so I'm not wasting a lot of space here. All right, and then we'll put stations here, similar size. All right, and then eventually, so I'll put the energy trains here. So that's great. Awesome Twitch wants to know if I ever tried Stadia. No, I never did. I mean, I've used other cloud gaming services. In fact, I think I did. I tried the cloud version of Control on my Switch, which was interesting. I usually, even though I've got a pretty screamingly fast internet connection, I've never found it to perform well enough to make cloud gaming really, really work for me. And so I didn't try Stadia in particular, but yeah. Okay, so industry. Let's build some water pumps. Though, do I benefit from building 2 water pumps here? I'm genuinely not sure. Like, will 1 water pump connected to all of these nodes be as fast as I need it to be? Or do I need to have 2 to take full advantage of it? I'm hoping Playful Dolphin knows the answer to that question and maybe can tell me. I'm inclined to put 2 here. This is, but it's expensive though. It's expensive. Let's imagine we could put 2 here. But for right now, put only 1. Okay, so but actually, ooh, you know what? Actually, let's salvage this right now. Because I've got limited money, let's worry about water later. Let's say that water is going to be an upper layer on all of this. Let's make the oil happen first. So this is the side where I've got a lot of oil production already available. So let's say that oil connects here. So the question is, should I try to do Let's salvage this again. Let's think this through. And luckily I get all my money back because I haven't started yet. Should I try to do like a loop connecting these to this? And then maybe another loop connecting other ones over here to this? Like a single loop connecting them all just feels like the later ones just would be getting the short shrift. Or should I just do a bunch of single... It might actually still be like more efficient to just do single rail lines connecting these. Like so. Like, Now, how close does a station actually have to be? It's got to be 2 away. So I could not put a station up here. It has to be. This is the furthest away it can be. So, if I wanted these guys to not share stations, then I would actually have a really hard time. Actually, no, maybe not. Hold on. Let's have them not share stations. We'll try that. So let's say we go here. Can I just go all the way across like this? I wonder, is it always trying to find the most efficient route? Okay, let's just do that, I guess. I keep wanting to follow these guides. I don't think these guides are necessarily showing me the best way to go. All right, then let's go like this. And the reason to loop this around, I think, is to get more station space right next to the producer. I'll salvage that one bit later. All right. I guess when they're connected to each other, I guess they all count the same together. So maybe I don't need to worry as much as I've been worrying about getting them all close. Okay, so I still have 5,000 left. So I might be able to connect up these other tracks. Okay, so Playful Dolphin says yes, confirms it. They only one, when they've got a bunch of connected stations together, only one of them has to be close enough to the thing. So okay, that's helpful. Okay, let's just do one more track. Connecting this. Okay, this. Nope, this doesn't seem like a good route at all. I undo this. What is a good way to go? Let's start up here. Go down this way. Go around like this. And actually, I probably don't need to go that long. In fact, I could probably shorten it by quite a bit, but I'll shorten it that much. So it looks like each of these tracks is costing me about 1,000. Right? Or a little more than 1,000. Because I had 5,000 something before, now I've got 4,000 something. And then, okay, how much, now that I've got the basics set up, how much would it cost me to set up a water pump? So let's put a pump right there. And let's build a track that connects this water pump up here to this, to a station up here. And do that. Eventually, I'm planning on using the other side of this too. That's why I put a little extra spur there. Probably will make it less efficient at first. Okay, so we've got a full operation, including catalysts, right now. We can make it bigger, but we're down to 2,000. I don't even know how much trains cost. So let's start very simple. Let's pick up some crude oil. Okay, so let's go with the cheaper engines. So we'll get that guy moving. Okay, that was not that expensive. Good. And then, so my hope is... that I will be a... Oh, wait, I need to make another station over here. I guess I don't need to carry as much. So let's just do... There we go. Okay, so my hope is, I have not been paying attention to whether or not I actually make money from my ongoing industry work here. But I'm running out of cash, so I'm assuming that I actually, at this point, needed to get started just so that I can start making more money to fund the rest of the operation. Because, yeah, okay, it looks like I do get some additional yen every time it drops something off. Looks like even actually things like dropping off the catalyst has that effect. Okay, and actually, I'm going to salvage... Yeah, it looks like... I don't know if I've got a way to get a train to stop at the end of a station and not continue. So I'm going to have that end on a dead end right there. Okay, so this is making energy, but not very quickly. So I think I need more trains, bringing it more oil. So let's do this. That uses a bunch of my cash. If we get enough oil coming in from different sources. It's made 1 energy, yay! Oh, interesting. So, yeah, so I am vastly far away from the, oh, wow. Okay, so apparently cutting past this mountain required some massive retaining walls, and maybe this wasn't the most attractive way to do this. I'll have to keep that in mind. So, okay, so this train is taking forever to get up this grade. It looks like all of these trains actually are taking forever to get up these grades. So... I imagine either adding more cars or getting more expensive cars might be a useful way to go. We're starting to deliver 3 energy per load. Not too bad. I assume, are these maintenance costs that I'm seeing get paid here? Okay, so it's using all of the crude oil it's getting, so I could definitely bring it more crude oil. This has 4. It's maxed out before the train gets there. This one is at 2. So I might be able to just add more trains. Or longer trains. Oh, wait a minute. No, because this will just fill up to 4. So I think the most they could take away on a single trip is 4. So, okay, so if I wanted... So I guess that's the reason to do a loop. I'm realizing it's because you can add more trains to the same track, and if they're all going about the same speed, it actually could be more efficient that way. Because right now, if I wanted to add more trains to this, I couldn't just add them onto an ongoing loop. I have to add them to the same tracks that are going back and forth right now. And that would not be very effective. Okay, so it is starting to, okay. It's starting to make this stuff more efficiently. So right now, I could add another oil well. And I think I can afford, well, I can at least afford to try to to make another track. And then I'd have to share a station. Don't know if that's a bad idea or not. And now I don't have any money. So I've built that track, but until we make some more money from a delivery, I can't afford to stick a train on that track. Yeah, so we're still only doing 2 or 3 energy per output. So, okay, and the water train, they're just not using the water fast enough for this water train to be all that valuable. Interesting. So Playful Dolphin said station pieces are expensive. 1 station piece loads 1 car per second. So 4 pieces load 4 long trains for 1 second. The longest station has 6 pieces. So if you do a loop, then 2 4 long trains can be loaded at the same time. Oh, interesting. Okay. So, okay, so, right, so I am paying maintenance on all of these station pieces. So that's actually making me less efficient with the money. I am starting to make a little bit of cash. Let's try to get 1 more train in here. I could probably make this whole operation more efficient if I added a new engine to each of these trains. Now, can I... Let's remove a car from this train. I don't know if that makes it more efficient or not. But another thing that I could probably do is salvage those. Because I'm not trying to unload more than 1 at a time. Okay, yes, we're taking these really long trips. But how much? Yeah, so this is already full, and so it's max. It's like it's losing efficiency right now because it's full and has not yet been unloaded. So yeah, oh man, part of me just wants to redo this whole thing, but that would take a long time. And this has already been over an hour that I've been streaming this, so we're not going to start it over from scratch. Also, I just didn't even need to bother with this because I couldn't afford to run it anyway. Oh, hey, we've got a full load of energy coming out. So this is actually starting to get up close to its potential. So that's good. Well, that's making me wonder if I should start working over on this side, or that's the thing. Like, I think like bringing catalyst down here to these wouldn't help because these are already filling up by the time the train gets back. Oh, this one's not quite filling up by the time the train gets back. Oh, it just barely did. Okay, yeah. So if they're filling up right as the train is getting back, they're at maximum efficiency. And I guess I could increase the length of the train and give them the catalyst at the same time. Now I could take out a loan from a bank if there's a bank around here somewhere. Or I could upgrade some of these guys. So yeah, I could withdraw money and have to pay it back regularly. I think I'm not going to bother with that. Now, what could I... A custom engine, huh? Enhanced climbing speed. That is tempting. I've got 25 vouchers. Let's purchase that. Okay, it looks like it costs a similar amount. So let's see. Okay, so okay, this is a train that probably has the longest grade to go up, I think. So let's say, what if I basically gave it a custom engine and then finalized it? Is that actually going to make it faster? Doesn't look appreciably faster. I did finalize it, right? Oh yeah, so these two are ghosting each other already. So yeah, so again, if I had set this up so I had very similar trains all on a loop, that actually probably would have been more efficient. Playful Dolphin is agreeing with my decision not to use the bank. The bank does seem like a ultimately a bad move. Okay, so I could work to improve the efficiency of this operation, but I think there's a lot more to be gained, probably, from starting to build this operation. So let's build a couple of oil wells up here. And okay, okay, that was not very efficient. I'm just following the what feels like, what looks like their intent, but I think it's not actually their intent. Okay, so something like that. Okay, that's stupid looking, but whatever. We'll build some stations. Oh, I don't have enough money. Okay, we're almost there. I guess we'll wait for a little bit to make some more. I do appreciate that they let me profit at every step along the way. That, like, even dropping stuff off at the power plant does give me some profit. Ooh, this already has 2 built up. It just left with 4. I might actually benefit from adding a couple of cars. Okay, I think I can finish building this station. And then build a train. Let's just go boiler engine for now. Oh, I can't afford this. Because this costs, what does this cost? Actually, wait, where does it, hold on. Let's delete this. Where is it counting up the amount that this train costs? Oh, up here. Okay, so 320, and now I've got that much money, so I can afford it. All right. So we'll get some train going this way, and then let's put a smaller train here, which won't be useful yet, but we'll get that moving. Oh no, somebody deliver something. There we go. Get me some money. Ranith Court said in Railroad Tycoon 3, my strategy was to immediately and continually take every bond from the bank that I could and expand like mad with the extra money. It was like playing on easy mode. Okay, so Playful Dolphin said that actually there's more information than just the cost of a train on the upper right corner while I'm working on that. That actually, there's other stats that can actually tell me about what what I can expect from the performance of the train. Okay, so I feel like what I actually should have done was do this with my water track. So that I could get water over here as well. And then I could actually stop along the way. Okay, so now this train, let's configure you. I think right now it only needs to carry 2 because this one's going to be full a lot of the time. But I might want to carry more once I see what their usage is like. So now this one train is going to go and supply water to both of these plants. And all of this work, and I'm only still at 82 of the 256 energy. Yeah, so it looks like this is actually making oil pretty efficiently. To the point where... Actually, maybe this is where I should go with a loop. And yeah, that station no longer connects, so let's do this. Okay, so now we got a station there and a station here, and then I'll build another train going the same direction. Once it gets to that station and starts departing that station, I'll add another train. So hopefully these will be on the opposite sides here. So these will sort of move in tandem with each other and dump out oil faster into this plant. Doesn't have any water. And I'm betting I'm not going to be bringing enough water to it to last in between. I think this one, it's got enough water stored up it could last for a while, but I'm probably going to want this train to be a little longer. We dump off one water there. That's probably not enough. So let's add a couple more waters. And maybe that's enough. Okay, the rate at which we are gaining energy is increasing. Okay, look, oh, we got a bunch of energy waiting here that needs to get picked up, but no oil. Okay, so I need to have more oil. I need to have more oil coming in faster over here. Okay, this one is not operating at full capacity. This one is. These grades are causing problems. Oh, wait. Oh, it could just be a timing thing. Suddenly, like, all of these trains are just in sync with each other now in such a way that they're just delivering all their oil at once all of a sudden. Okay, yeah, so this was not actually an ongoing inefficiency problem. This was just trains being silly. Okay, so one thing I could probably do, actually, now that the water is going up the backside, I can probably set this up so this train is going that way, and then I'll build a station. There we go. So now we're not sharing stations anymore, no more ghosting. So wasn't one of these the one that... I thought I gave one of these a custom engine. Did I not? This one's got a boiler. What happens if I just tack a custom engine onto the back of this? I've got enough money now. I think I'm just going to tack a custom engine on the back of each of these. The climb ratings have 75... Okay, no, before I added the custom engine... Oh, this one has 2. Okay, that one was the one that I actually already gave a custom engine to. Let's actually look at these stats now. So up here it says climb rating 40%. It's bad. Acceleration, bad. We add a custom engine on the back. Now everything's green. And so let's look at this guy climbing a hill now. Oh, it's suddenly doing much better. Oh, everybody's suddenly doing much better. Oh, this is going to be much more efficient. So let's see if what kind of efficiency gains we're going to get from that. Okay, so we got 3 oil already built up here. If these trains are running not quite full, that's a good sign. It means we're maximizing the rate at which the oil goes out. It's not the most efficient way to run this entire business, but at least it means that we're not leaving oil on the ground. Playful Dolphin says, I usually elevate the track so there are no grades on my loop. Oh, that makes perfect sense. I hadn't thought about that. Can the station be any height you want it to be? Next to this like destination or whatever? That makes perfect sense, actually. Okay, you know what? I kind of want to try an experiment. Is there a good place for me to try and experiment with that? Yeah, Playful Dolphin agrees that should work. Okay, it looks like everything... We're just maxed out on water everywhere. That's fine. This would actually have been a really good place to try that out, because it's got a, industry up here that's really close to this. Ooh. It looks like we're actually maxing it out now. We're pulling out a little bit too much. Because this one's going to arrive and take everything, and then this one's not going to have a lot to do. So, actually, let's just sell this train for now. And then, while... This is... Let's... Oh no! You got nowhere to go, train! Oh no! Oh no! Okay, so let's salvage this, and then we'll try it again, only this time... Let's keep the height up. So F, 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 F. Oh, okay, that's too tall, it looks like. Okay, so it looks like this is as tall as I can go with the grade. And so the question is going to be... Okay, so that's a tighter loop. It also looks really weird. So let me... I think I can do that a little bit better. Let's go up initially and then over. That at least looks nicer, right? Okay, and now let's stick... Yes, these stations do actually still connect. So now there's way less... There's like a slight grade going down, but that's it. So yeah, this is totally filled up now. So I could probably actually make this single train longer and have it deliver just about as fast as those other 2 trains, because it doesn't have to deal with nearly as much grade anymore. See you later, Bardic Angel. Thank you so much for coming. Okay, so its climb rating is crap. So what if I just give it 1 custom engine? Okay, oh, but the acceleration isn't great. But then a 2nd engine. Or... Okay, so the custom engine is great at climbing, not great at acceleration. So you want something that's better at acceleration. Like the workhorse. So we'll finalize that. Okay, and so now we come in here, load completely up, and then we'll see how much these things recharge while it's gone. If they recharge completely, I could probably make it even longer. We're learning how to be more efficient here. This is nice. Oh, but of course, it takes longer to unload because I only gave it a 4-tile station. So let's make the station longer as well. Okay, these are down to 1. So yeah, so I think this is going to maximize their output. I'm not going to need a 2nd train. Ranithcore says, just make a loop such that it has a downgrade on every straightaway. Unfortunately, yeah, obviously, that would be like an Escher drawing. Oh, I have not reconfigured this train to have a custom engine on the back. So is there like an efficiency report on these things that I can see? Or do I have to just sort of observe the level of efficiency? Like, basically the amount of time that it spends empty of crude oil and it's no longer producing energy, like that creates our inefficiency. So yeah, so it's like, it's filling up, and then its storage of energy is full. It's got 4 energy that have not been picked up yet. Because I've got this really slow train. Oh wait, it can't possibly pick up more than 4 energy because it stores 4 energy. I'm an idiot. Except, let's upgrade it. So now it can store up to 8 energy. So actually that's not crazy anymore. It was crazy the whole time, but now it's not crazy anymore. So, great. We're getting closer here. So now, let's see about building another set of oil wells over here. And let's see how high of a grade. Like, I could try to weasel them through this little area here, but it might actually be better. And actually, yeah, so if I actually learn from this lesson, which is that I can do it with a single train as long as I avoid grades, I'm wondering if maybe what I want to do is not a loop, but something like just making this as tall as I can, something like that. And then that, and then like this, and then so these two can line up, but not actually, they're not on the same grade, so they can't actually connect to each other. Not the most efficient use of space, but whatever. Okay, so I can only do 5, except, oh wait, can I just put a track directly on top of another track? I absolutely can. Can I put another station on top of another station? Yes, I can. Okay, okay, that's cool. And then let's put a station over here. Okay, but I can only... There's a limit to how far away from the target I can put the station. So let's actually... Let's do that. We'll do that, and then we'll build a new train. It's going to have a custom engine. Did I want 6 of these? And then a boiler engine? Okay, so this guy... Okay, so he's now producing enough that this train needs to be longer. So, actually, let's upgrade this guy. And then just make this train be really similar to the other one. So let's do that. Only 26 left to go. We can do this. This has been an hour-and-a-half long episode. That was longer than I intended. And actually, I'm going to need to go pick my son up in like half an hour. So we're definitely... I was thinking of trying to play another game after this, but I think we might have to wait until later this evening to play a little bit more with my son. Because, yeah, I need to go get him, and then I need to get some work done, probably. So this has been really fun, though. Like, this is... One thing I like about this is that, like... I can feel like I've accomplished more. Like a lot of the other train games that I played are just very big, long-term investments without really clear goals, and you're just sort of creatively building what you want. And that actually is a lot of fun, and I love that kind of thing. Like Sid Meier's Railroads, for instance, is like that. And I love that in theory. And actually, you know what? I love it in practice. It's really fun. The thing that's interesting about this is that it isn't giving you that sort of like open-end, do what you want thing. It's saying, no, do exactly this thing and try to creatively figure out how to maximize your efficiency. And that means that I can feel accomplished more often. And I don't feel like I get to that weird point where I'm like, well, I mean, am I done? Does this feel like I've done enough cool stuff that I want to move on to another thing? You know, like, only 4 more, just 1 more energy delivery. And then we'll be done, and we'll feel like we've accomplished something. So it looks like it's probably going to be this train. Yep, it just got 4 energy. 5 energy. And it's going to come down here, and it's going to win for us. Oh, and I've only got 37 seconds left. Okay, I've hit the bare minimum. Oh, wait, no, what I've hit is bare minimum for A. So if I had been more efficient from the outset, I could have got an S. But what that timer was showing me was that I was in the A zone, and if I ran out of time there, I would drop into the B zone. So if I'd gotten it done 5 minutes faster or something like that, I could have gotten S. So now that I actually understand things like avoiding grades, you know, and sort of the effects of different engines, and I can sort of stack them to make maximally efficient trains, things like that, I feel like I could do a much better job, and I might actually be able to get S rank on this. Oh, interesting. So it unlocked... Oh, no, this is just telling me about the previous thing it unlocked. So, cool. So if I had gotten S rank, I would have gotten 5 vouchers, but instead I only got 4. So I could go back there to get the other voucher. That's great. This is cool. Yeah, all right. Well, thank you all for coming in here and hanging out with me. Again, I'm sorry, I did intend to actually stream 2 different games, but this game captured my attention, and I really wanted to solve that problem and get to the end of it. So there we go. That's what we've done. So I intend to play more of this, at least on my own time. And thank you so much, by the way, Playful Dolphin, for all of your advice. You made it much easier for me to understand what was going on in the game and notice things that I would not have noticed on my own. So I really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, and if you like this game, go check it out. Apparently it's available both on Switch and the Epic Store. So go to either of those places and grab it if you think this kind of thing would be fun for you. And if you're watching later on YouTube, I'm going to stick a subscribe button right there and links to other videos and stuff like that. So go click on those. And the rest of you who are watching me live on Twitch, I am going to quit now, but I will see you later this evening.